was scrolling through TikTok and I came across a very fascinating video from a channel titled Matlats 835. It is a very educational channel and it mostly promotes what I call masculinity. I believe men are masculine by nature and men must never forget their masculine nature. Basically, the basis of the video, the message in the video was actually emphasizing the importance of men having standards, men having moral standards, and setting the standards for these ladies, because that's what actually the lady was saying. It was the lady who was actually saying these, uttering these sentiments. He said, the reason women are behaving badly is because men, as leaders of society, have accepted these women, and they're even rewarding them for behaving badly. He says it is important for women or for men, it is important for men to reward good behavior and punish bad behavior. That is at least my analysis in terms of the video. I normally say to people and to myself, I normally even love to say to myself, I've put a price tag on myself, high price tag on myself. I respect myself. I've learned and life has taught me to respect myself, to not be ashamed of my values. Be not ashamed of your values and principles. Preach and practice them unapologetically, and people would respect you for personifying such deeds. At the beginning, people would resist, and their resistance emanates from the reality that they don't think you mean what you say. But as time goes by, they will subsequently get acclimatized to those values and learn to live with those values and learn to respect those values. And in fact, they will respect you for personifying such values. It is important for people to have respect for themselves. Before you respect any other person, prioritize yourself, respect yourself, and people would subsequently respect you. I believe that is an important thing to do in life. It is very, very, very important to respect yourself. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad referred to himself as the Honorable and changed his name from Elijah Pooh to Elijah Muhammad. And people called him by his name, by his preferred name. The Honorable Marcus Garvey did the same. At the beginning, he called himself the Honorable. And even to this day, as we reference him, as we talk about him, we refer to him as the Honorable Marcus Garvey. We are the one that dictates what people do to us. The reason we are being treated unfairly and unjustly, it is because we have allowed it. Men must never allow nonsense. Similar to the same to all human beings, we must never allow to be treated badly. And the reason today you are being treated badly, it is because you have allowed it. You are the one who have accepted to be treated as a second-class person. Treat yourself as a first-class person, and people would eventually treat you as such. We are responsible for what happens to us, for everything that happens to us. The reason we get disrespected, the reason ladies are treating us this way, everything that happens, everything disrespectful that is happening upon us, it is because of our fault. It is because we have tolerated nonsense for quite some time. Do not tolerate nonsense. Be not ashamed of your principles and values. Be not ashamed. Preach and practice them unapologetically. Don't preach them only, but practice them unapologetically. I went to Mr. Price the other day. I was going to buy clothes for my niece. And my niece is basically a lady. And because of that person, my niece is a lady, I never had this. I don't think I have taste to choose clothes for women since I'm a man. So I requested a lady to help me choose those clothes. And that particular lady said to me, "You're going to buy me a dress after I've done helping you." I'm going to buy a dress for her after she helped me. Do we regard such as her giving assistance to me, or do we regard that as gold digging? So these are one of the things that women do to trick us as men. And as men, we must stand our moral ground and reject and punish such people and say them outrightly to them that, why should I buy you a dress? Aren't you helping me? Or rather, tell them, as the lady said from the channel on TikTok, that this is a prostitute behavior, and we must remind ladies that their behavior, it's prostitute driven. It is only prostitutes who behave this way. Men must never be afraid of telling women these things, so that we can discourage this bad behavior. Same to men. If a woman come across a man who behaves like someone who behave immorally, basically, these women should have the audacity to tell them that this is not good and they won't tolerate that. We are subjecting ourselves to garbage and nonsense, and that is why women are treating us this way. That is why men are treating us this way. It's because we don't respect ourselves. We don't preach and practice our values and principles unapologetically. We want to be accepted by society, and this is killing us as human beings and as men. I speak for men because I'm a man, and I believe in masculinity. I believe in masculine men, and I believe men must preach and set standards for themselves. They must never be tolerant to nonsense. Nonsense is nonsense, and it must be treated as nonsense outrightly. We must never hide that this is a nonsense. Nonsense is nonsense. As men must learn to have the audacity, must be audacious to say that this is a nonsense, and they won't allow such things to be practiced upon them. Respect yourself, and people will eventually respect you. Be not ashamed of your values and principles. People would learn to live with them. People would learn to respect you for having such. This is the gigantic intellect. Know thyself and remember your ancestors. Peace.